This is the Continuous You exercise. Close your eyes and follow my voice. Just relax. For a moment now, turn your attention to yourself in this room. Picture the room. Picture yourself in this room. Now begin to go inside your skin and get in touch with your body. Notice any feelings that are there. Now notice any emotions you are having. Now get in touch with your thoughts. Now get in touch with the observer, the part of you that noticed the bodily sensations, the feelings, and the thoughts. As the observer, hear and follow this. Think back to a time when you were a child. Think of a specific time. Remember what you were doing then, what was happening. Now, as you were thinking about that, I want to ask you a question. Was that you then? Does the person looking from behind these eyes share an essential continuity with that child? I want you to notice that you have been you your whole life. While you have a body, you don't experience that you are your body. When your body changes, you are still you. Focus your attention on this central concept. Allow yourself to realize this as an experienced fact, not just as a thought or a belief or a point of view. Think of all the ways that your body has changed, all the situations it has been in, while you remained constant. Now, let yourself consider this. I have a role to play, and yet I am not my roles. My roles are many and constantly changing. Sometimes I'm in the role of a mother, or a father, or a friend, or a daughter, or a son, or a wife, or a husband. Sometimes I'm a respected worker. Other times I'm a leader, or a follower. I play some role all the time. If I were to try not to, then I'd be playing the role of not playing a role. Even now, part of me is playing a role, the client role. Yet all the while, the observer, the part of me I call I, is watching. I can play my constantly changing roles, yet all the while I can be there as a constant, steady observer of it all. So I have roles, and yet I am not my roles. Allow yourself to realize this as an experienced fact. You know it is true, and you've known all along, although sometimes you may forget it. This is no just another rap or belief system or perspective. It is your experience of your life roles, and you are simply allowing yourself to realize that you are observing your own roles. Now, still as the observer, look at this. I have many emotions. My emotions are countless, contradictory, and changing. They may swing from love to hatred, from calm to anger, from joy to sorrow, and yet I have been here right along. Even now I am experiencing emotion, interest, boredom, embarrassment, and relaxation. And throughout, I am capable of observing it all. Though a wave of emotion may come over me, it will pass in time. The observer part of me knows that I'm having this emotion, and yet I am not this emotion. The emotions are constantly changing. The observer remains there, the same. Thus I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. Focus your attention on this central concept. I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. Allow yourself to realize this as a fact, not just a belief. Think of things you have liked and don't like any longer, of fears that you once had that are now resolved. Yet you experience yourself as a constant. You are there through it all. Now let's turn to a most difficult area, your own thoughts. Consider this. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. My thoughts are constantly changing. In my life, I have gained new ideas, new knowledge, and experience. I can think something falsely and then find out the truth and think something entirely different. Sometimes my thoughts are foolish and make little sense. Sometimes thoughts come up automatically from out of nowhere. Yet all the while, the observer part of me is seeing these thoughts. The observer part of me knows that I have thoughts, and yet I am not my thoughts. Allow yourself to realize this as an experienced fact. This is the way it is, though often we lose touch with it. And notice, even as you realize this, that your stream of thoughts will continue, and you may get caught up with them. And yet in that instant that you realize that, you also realize that a part of you is standing back, watching it all. So now watch your thoughts for a few moments and see that watching happened, and then observe that as well. So you are not just your body, your thoughts, your feelings, your roles. These things are the content of your life, while you are the arena, the context, the space in which they unfold. As you see that, notice how you can distance yourself from the things you've been struggling with and putting up with. You've been trying to change your roles, to get rid of your bad feelings, to control your mind. And the more you do that, the worse it gets. The more entangled you become, the less you're even there. You've been trying to change the content of your life, yet the observer knows that there is no need for the struggle. You don't have to change these things first before your life can work, because they are not you anyway. You can give up the struggle and start being okay about yourself, not because you think so, but because the observer knows that as an experienced fact. Now again, picture yourself in this room, and now picture the room. And when you're ready to come back into the room, open your eyes.